the Illuminati is a group of lizard people that feast on human emotion.
Welcome, everybody, and welcome to episode 5 of the Void Experience. Again, we have our buddy Lewis, we got Bibhor, and we got Nolan. I realize when I'm actually recording this, I'm pointing in the wrong direction every time I do it, so Nolan is actually this way, not that way.
You never get that. You always do.
I always get it incorrectly, but hey, we'll learn someday. But welcome, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe. Please click on that button down there. We want to get to 100 subscribers. We want to see Nolan eat this gummy bear that is 1.5 million Scoville, you said?
Nine
million? 9 million Scoville.
Look it up. Scoville. It's like I would say most people can't take more than 50 to 100,000 Scovilles. I think a jalapeno.
Put it into perspective.
Yeah, put it into perspective. What's like? What do you eat?
I think a jalapeno is about 9.
No, a bell
9,
pepper is bell pepper is 0. A jalapeno is 5,000 Scovilles. Cayenne pepper is 50,000. Habanero is 150,000 Scoville.
So
Nolan is about to consume 9 million, which would be considered in the dangerous to harmful area of the infographic that we have here.
So I think the gummy bear is infused with the extract. So a lot of people I saw online, they just swallow it. I'm gonna chew it for 2 minutes and not have any.
Shit.
Whatever the
And then
case
you
is,
know,
we want to see it and we want to put it on YouTube. So please
Yeah.
subscribe. We need 100 subscribers to get him to do this.
I'll do something. I'll do something for 50 just so we can get this fucking ball rolling. It's kind of like a weird. What's the term? People that like pain.
Masochist?
Yeah. I don't want to butcher it and make it like a sexual thing.
People should put it in the comment section what
That is a
they
sexual
want
thing.
you to do.
He likes to be heard, basically, and that's why he wants to do this challenge.
Well, I don't derive arousal from it though in that way, but anyhow.
Until he does it once. This is the first time. We don't know until then.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that one. But you guys need to subscribe. I think we really want to gear this towards an audience for sure. But we want feedback, so ways we can improve and recommend, things to do, topics to cover, because we want this to be, I want this to be in some way something that people can do because we're all bored here. We want to, see good content. I know I spend a lot of time on YouTube kind of going down that wormhole. So hopefully this can fit into that. So feedback and subscribers would be appreciated. They're essential. So please.
Or if you can't, we're on podcast and Spotify.
Yeah, listen to us.
So just
Download
listen.
us.
Just give it a try.
Even
Tell us how
share it.
shitty we are.
Share it. Share the video. If you can help us out, that's always a plus. You're supporting us. You're supporting your friends if we know you, or supporting a stranger if we don't. But let's get started. So as the theme continues, people like to get to know who we are. So we have a set of questions that is going to kind of start elaborating that a little bit and start breaking us down a little bit more. So let's begin with question 1. And Lewis, I'll have you be the first person to go since you're below me. What is your favorite alcoholic drink? We'll start easy.
All right, alcoholic drink that's easy. I'm
Not
enjoying
easy.
it
I'm
right
just
now.
it's an easy question.
It's an easy question because I'm having it right now. It's an old fashioned. I love this drink. I mean, I think there's a lot of variations on it, but if you can master the proportions properly and you got a good, smooth, maybe oaky flavored whiskey, bourbon, wow, you've got just a classy cocktail. You can, cross your leg if you feel the need and just sit back and relax. I mean, it's fucking. It's
What'd you use? What kind of bourbon?
So I'm a fan
What's
of
the
Woodford
recipe?
for more of like a regular use. Woodford Reserve's a little smoother, I think.
Like Woodford.
And then you go easy on the simple syrup because you're not mixing, you're not a freshman in college. So it's something that's a little bit, you're going to put some hair on your chest. It's a stronger drink. The citrus notes are great. If you do it properly and you get the orange peel just right, you squeeze out the end. Oh,
What's the recipe?
it's wild. We'll have to do a quick little offset of that. But the basic ingredients, so you got
He
some,
doesn't want to share the family
some
recipe.
I would
bitters,
never, dude.
some simple syrup.
Google that shit.
No, people are gonna want to know some bitters, some simple syrup, your best bourbon, and you mix that together, and you get something of a great concoction. Luxardo cherries. That's another key ingredient. See these little 2 black balls right there? Luxardo, that top shelf stuff. You don't fuck with anything else. It's really good.
It's very expensive. I remember it's like $20 for a jar. But
that's cherries?
Worth it. That jar will last you.
You can eat them though. They're so good.
Yeah, they're really good. It's an after cocktail treat because it absorbs some of the
because it's a spirit forward cocktail. Like there's not much. It's just straight up to the dome. So
Federal Bar used to do pretty good versions of those in Long Beach.
That's how you can determine, in my opinion, whether or not a bar is competent. Like you like if you go to a dive bar, you know better. But like I've been to Stag Bar in Newport Beach. They make a really good old fash.
Yeah.
It's just a man drink.
Bobos in downtown Long Beach. They can class it up. Saint Second, Nick's, a couple of these nice little spots. They have a good old fashioned. I agree with Nolan though. Don't even hold your breath at a dive bar trying to conjure this up. It's not gonna happen.
Nolan, what's your favorite alcoholic drink?
I'll go ahead and cover that, but I'm just gonna try to get some other information out too. So it's gonna be like my this was a reality dating show. This is gonna be like my intro profile, but I'm not gonna make it weird. I'm just gonna try to tell a little bit about myself. I'm Nolan, 27. Gonna turn 28.
He asked for what drink you wanted.
No, stop. Thousand Oaks, California.
It's like a girl.
That's fine.
What restaurant you want to go to?
What's your
Shut
favorite
up. All right. I've been really into whiskeys. I do like bourbon. I like Japanese whiskey. That's what I'm drinking right now. But in terms of like a mixed drink that's really good, I agree with Lewis. Old fashioned is good. Manhattan can be good. I like flips. So flips are kind of like maybe a dessert cocktail, but a good example is a bourbon flip. So a flip means that you use egg white in it when you shake the drink, and that creates like a froth, and it's really good and adds fucking protein. So I think basically a bourbon flip is bourbon, simple syrup, and they use a half shot of half and half. It works, and then they do grated nutmeg, and it's kind of frothy and it's like an alcoholic eggnog. It's delicious and it fucks you up. So I recommend those. But sorry, I just had to add that in. I don't know why.
So sorry to cut you off. So go back to so how old are you and where are you from?
I just wanted to kind of give a quick thing. I mean, like I'm from Thousand Oaks, California, like a couple hour or so north of Long Beach, north Ventura County. But yeah, I moved down to go to Long Beach State. That's where I met these guys. So
where do you live now?
I live in Costa Mesa. That's where I am right now.
The coastal table.
OC. But yeah, my parents are still in Thousand Oaks, and a lot of my family is actually around Orange County now, so it's kind of cool. But actually, I went to my aunt's yesterday. She invited me over for Easter, which it was really cool because it felt like
Easter.
Happy Easter, late Easter, guys. But
Easter.
It felt like a normal day again. Like we hung out a little bit and had lunch. Like it felt really cool. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think people are losing that right now with all this stuff going on. I feel like it gives a little sense of normalcy to a degree to like kind of go do those things, hang out with people. So that's really cool.
No, for sure. Louis, just so we don't leave you out. How old are you and where are you from?
Oh yeah. Let's have some continuity. I'm 28. Born and raised Mission Viejo, and then migrated up to Long Beach for school. And
sorry, I'm gonna pause really fast. Nolan, you said you're 26.
I'm 27.
He's 27.
I could have sworn he said 26 at the beginning. And
now
that I'm thinking, I'm like, the fuck, he's not 26.
I made it confusing because I kind of stuttered, but no, I'm 27. I'm gonna turn 28. Exactly, almost a month. May 12th.
May 12th.
I turn 28. Fuck.
Joining the club.
Dang. Sorry. What about you, Bibhor?
Bibhor.
Where are you from? How old are you? And what's your favorite alcoholic drink?
So I was born in Nepal. I'm 28 and moved out to Long Beach for school, but not from Nepal. I mean, I used to live in San Francisco, so but not that far from where Oskar is right now. And I came down here for school, and that's where we met all of you guys. But for a drink, generally I like flips as well as like old fashioned, anything like that, anything with bourbon. But usually, if I'm home, I'm usually like making drinks for myself and my wife. So usually we make like mojitos or something. Get some like fresh mint. Throw a couple of fruits, whatever you have. Ice. Throw rum and Sprite or something. Take that to the pool, and that's it.
I think sorry to interject, but I think there's a couple of drinks that's kind of reminded me like that we all kind of like, and like we had
bourbon.
The Void was
Hennessy.
so that we have a thing called families in a fraternity, like where like we're kind of a group, and like if you have your little brother or whatever, your little brother, the next person down, they become part of the family. So it's just kind of a cool thing, and people hang out. And ours was the Void, and so we had a couple of Void drinks. So it was like Hennessy.
Gin, Bombay Sapphire.
Oh,
Black Label was the thing from the
It was
past.
like
Black Label.
It was Bud Light Platinums for a while, Bud Light Limes. But I think do we all like Bloody Marys? I like Bloody. I know Oscar.
I hate Bloody Marys.
I like Bloody Marys.
Oscar,
You know,
this guy loves them. Vegas.
You know what place has it? Dude, I remember that, dude. You came out at 4 o'clock. Like,
he came home so happy, like 4 a.m. We're like, "Shut up, Oscar!"
Oh, we had lost him. We thought because we had to leave the next morning to leave the hotel, and we didn't know where he was.
I found my
contact
with a Bloody Mary. We're fine. We survived to see another day.
So what's your Oscar? How old are you?
My name is Oscar. I am also 28 years old. I currently live in Daly City, which is just south of San Francisco now, but originally from Orange County, not too far from where Lewis. We actually went to high school together. He's a grade younger than I am.
We didn't hang out though.
No, we didn't know each other very well. I was a cool kid, Lewis. I don't know.
He thought he was too cool for school. I was like, excuse me.
I was the news anchor for my school, man. I was Tesoro High School.
TNN, Titan News Network.
I was TNN. But I met everybody at Long Beach.
Would you say
like they all said,
you were more of like would you describe yourself to be like a Ron Burgundy type of news?
Oh, dude, hell yeah! I wore collared shirts every day to high school. Collared shirts every single day.
The behavior as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I said San Diego means a whale's vagina.
Oh, that's what you said. Oh, okay.
You stole that line from me. And you stay classy.
Oscar is a pioneer.
Yeah. What year was that? What year was that movie like based on?
1970, probably.
The 70s,
60s. Yeah, man, the good old days. You know, where you could smoke.
They dress like.
I feel like that was like
sexual harass people.
being a news anchor now is still like probably pretty cool, but it's like some of the jobs that like lost like glamour. I feel like being an airplane pilot, like I feel like that was really cool. I mean, now it's like it's okay, like.
Yeah, they really glamorized that as like a rock star. It was kind of cool. It was funny.
Yeah,
that alone, like besides all the corny joke and some shit that were like the slapstick humor, like the fact that they like made and then like the ice skaters too, like they're like a national hero basically. It's like, is that really how it is? I doubt that shit, dude. That they get called, they get beat up when they go back home, dude.
Good times. But my favorite drink, so usually been a whiskey sour is usually kind of like my go-to. Though as of recent, I've discovered the beauty of a dirty martini.
Oh, James Bond.
Vodka, not gin. I'm not a gin fan. And
I've been
making those at home.
From gin.
Yeah, no, I can't do gin anymore after.
That turns your stomach, dude.
Pine needles, like that taste.
Pine needles. Juniper. Thank you. That's 100%
juniper.
Correct.
I think it's juniper.
It's juniper. I don't know.
Juniper pine needles.
I went to the Strongwater, the speakeasy that's in Anaheim. The same people that do the Blind Rabbit in the Anaheim Packing District. They have a tiki bar, and I couldn't get a reservation there, but I was able to get one. They have a gin speakeasy in the back, and I asked them about this. So apparently, when you're on the ship, all the pirates drink fucking rum, right? Mm-hmm. And they keep the good shit. The captain in the captain's quarters, that motherfucker gets the gin. So that's why the speakeasy is the captain's quarters. And so they made gin drinks, but it was called Juniper Merchant. And if you look at the back of a Bombay Sapphire bottle, it lists like the different herbs or whatever that they put in it. That it makes it very Christmas pine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, too many times I drank.
Yeah, if you've been really drunk off a gin before
Yeah.
and thrown that up, that's not. It may taste good
Yeah, you don't
going
go
down,
back.
but it doesn't taste good going up.
Same with Sailor Jerry's. It's just tainted for me. Captain, it's tainted.
Yeah, and anything that's in plastic, if you have a plastic hard alcohol bottle, get that the hell away from me. That's just a recipe for disaster.
What are
Yeah.
you talking about, bro?
Next question that leads into this what leads you to disaster? I want to know what you consider to be your spirit animal. Well, not me, but the people want to know.
Lewis, do you remember this? We tried to this whole. I'll come back to the spirit animal thing. We tried to like join this group on campus. It was like this. I think it was Delta Sigma Pi or something. And then they asked you to choose your spirit animal.
the first day.
Oh my God! Wait, I have to say a side note to this because the Delta Sigma Pi just brought up a great memory. So check this out. I got pretty far into that whole process, right? I was almost gonna join.
Oh, the business! I remember that.
They got. So this is a business fraternity, right? They had us like meet up at like 11 a.m. at the CBA in Long Beach State, right? I'm not giving away too many trade secrets because I didn't get initiated. So they were like, "Listen, everybody, the new recruits, check this out." And they had Star Wars cards, right? And I don't know if any of you guys watch Star Wars, but they were giving out cards for, "Oh, this is the character you represent," and they gave me Anakin. And they were like, "You can either be really good or really bad and ditch us. We don't know where you're going to go, but there's a lot of potential." And I was just like, I'm on the dark
side. Call me Darth fucking Vader, bro.
I just remember one time you came, like there's a couple times where you went to their events and then you came back and you said that they fucking can't drink. They're weak.
So angry. I'm so angry.
Sorry. Like, okay. All the drinking stuff aside, I had done all that stuff, the hazing, all that. I'm sorry, but I mean, we had a little bit of that when I was a freshman. At this point, I'm a junior. I'm not into that. I'm just ready to like, hey, do we have some connections? Are we gonna talk business a little bit?
And I think
they joined to get fucked up, dude. I feel like those people were joining that place to get fucked up.
We were kind of
fun. I'll be honest. It was a lot.
You were shunned.
We
shunned you while you're doing that. We're like, what are you?
You guys were really not about it. I remember I came back at like 12, and you're like, that sounds lame.
It's like when you're.
What the fuck were you?
It's like when
you
you're
weren't doing anything cool about it. Like it actually sounded pretty stressful, man. It sounded like a terrible time.
It's like when one of your friends is in a bad relationship, but you don't know what to do. But you're like, bro, like, come on now.
We've all been there. I mean,
she hit you, man. She hit you. That's not cool. Well, I mean, it's my fault, you know.
She spit. She said, "Open your mouth," and you let her spit into your mouth. Yeah.
Essentially, that's what it was like.
That never happened. I'm just thinking.
It never happened. No one at DSP ever spit in anywhere. But long story short, we ended up severing that relationship, and I was just. Our fraternity all the way.
How do we get there?
I came out on the top.
Your spirit animal.
They had him choose a spirit animal.
Jesus, bring it back. Yeah, bring it back.
Sorry. The spirit animal. If I had to say my spirit animal, I'd probably say something like a fucking like a snow leopard. Like it's like
snow leopard.
That's not what I was expecting.
Let me justify it before you guys get excited.
Or it kind of was what I was expecting. So. It wasn't.
It's a very majestic creature. Everybody knows that, right? It's appealing on the eyes. But besides that, I think it's very goal oriented. It's going to get what it needs, and it's not going to exert a little bit of extra effort unless it's absolutely necessary. It's going to,
because a unicorn.
It blends in.
That's what he's trying
at
to
the
say.
same time, it's a ferocious beast. This thing will fucking bite your face off. So, in conclusion.
He's Gandalf's horse.
Spirit animal, the snow leopard. Thank you.
I don't know, man. Hippos kill more people than snow leopards.
But do you ever see the appeal of a hippo? Does anybody say that's my animal? Okay,
dude, a hippo is pretty fucking scary, man. I'm just saying. People, that's the most underrated animal in the jungle.
Yeah, I feel like people don't want to fuck with the hippo, dude. I'm sorry. Like end of the day,
hippos a hippo, but I also don't want that.
If I had a choice between who I'm gonna go after, I feel like I would not be a hippo. Like
no.
So I'm not trying to go after a hippo.
But like, which would you rather embody? I'll pick snow leopard. I'll pick a snow leopard over a hippo. 10 times out of 10 every time.
I don't know. Hippo's pretty happy.
As we were, Nolan, what's your spirit animal, bud? What are we thinking?
I thought about it. Like,
who's gonna pull out the tattoo, bro?
No, I mean, I was gonna say fox because of this, and like because I did sales and like the cunning. The nine-tailed fox, and because I'm Asian and I do like anime and like Naruto and shit, and like Yu Yu Hakusho. But I was gonna say that, but I think it's more the Tasmanian devil, and the Tasmanian devil is a real animal, but like I'm talking about more of the cartoon version, like blah, 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 and spinning, because I realize like with me, like I'm not in the way that I'm like aggressive, like I can be, but I'm generally not like super intense demeanor, but like anything that I do, I have to exist on one. I'm either hot or cold about it. I'm not very neutral on many topics or things that I do. It's either like fuck this or I'm all in on this. So I think like the Tasmanian devil, because he can't do anything like just a little bit. He has to just fucking spin and just blah, blah. Fucking I don't know about that, but yeah, probably that. Because the fox is just really just other than that, that doesn't really go any more deep than that. But I think Tasmanian devil probably.
Bob, what's your spirit animal?
Bro, I don't fucking know. Like,
I am an animal. That's what he's about to say. He says, I am an animal.
He had all this time to think.
He got all deep, and I was like, "What the fuck? What direction are we going with this?"
Thor doesn't know what the fuck's left and right. What's your spirit animal, dude?
dude, fuck.
You're a cat. That's what you are.
Like
He has
a
a dog.
baboon.
He's not a cat.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
Baboon?
a baboon. You know?
All
Like
right, let's hear the
Mufasa. You
reasoning.
compare
This is
yourself to
gonna be
Mufasa
good.
right now? Like,
Why the
straight like,
baboon?
I'm the circle
what
of
is this
life,
baboon
man.
shit?
I don't know, dude. I've been wanting to get a baboon. I don't know
You
why.
can't get a baboon.
I know,
That's
I
not
know.
as
But
I don't
those
know.
things
People
are,
thought they couldn't get
Just 'cause
tigers,
you
but then
can
we saw
get a
Tiger
unicorn,
King.
you can get a baboon. What are you saying?
no, you can get a tiger, bro. You can't get a baboon. Some real shit.
Yeah.
Baboons are something else.
A baboon will rip your fucking nuts off.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to. I don't think you want to
Claw your
fuck with those. Why
eyeballs
would you
out
want to
or
have one?
something.
There
No,
was a lady
I just,
in San Diego that her face was eaten off by her
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so strong. They're
You
so
don't want
strong.
those.
Straight like bath
So
salt.
why are you a baboon before? You want to rip people's faces off? What's up?
I don't know. I just thought a baboon would be fucking cool.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
I don't know.
fine.
I've never thought about what kind
That's
of
his
spirit
answer.
animal I want to be.
That's his answer.
Fuck.
What about you, Oscar?
Yeah, Oscar, what's your animal?
All right, Bevan. Well, I was gonna say
Dave.
fox, but
Fox?
more after
Take
fox. Fox, yeah.
Oh,
after
fuck
fox,
that.
You can choose. I didn't choose that. I chose Tasmanian devil.
No, but
A
you talked
rooster?
about it. It's
Oscar's a rooster.
come on, say something new.
Hey man, I'm a dick. I would say I'm
Fucking unicorn.
yeah, because fucking what's his face said a snow leopard. I'll just say unicorn just to one up him.
Oh, I was gonna even say you're gonna say.
I'm a
snow
mythical
leopard.
goddamn
Yeah,
creature. No.
You
I
guys will
think
say you're
I'm
Griffin next.
a phoenix.
Ooh.
That's a good one. I want that to be
Ooh.
my next tattoo. Phoenixes are good.
Oh, phoenix. I'm a bird. I can fly away, but then also, I shine bright like a diamond. You know what I mean? No idea how that's relevant, but hey, it works. But last but not least, Lewis, let's find out. If you didn't have to sleep, what would you be doing with your time?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I have a strong right hand.
Honestly,
www.
if I really didn't have to sleep and I actually used that energy to learn something, it'd be language. I think that I'd be like, because I'd say like I'm moderate with Spanish. I know enough to like get me by, and nobody's gonna mug me. But I'd like to expert myself there, and then probably lead that into like something somewhat similar, maybe like Italian or French, something that's kind of got similar root stuff. Yeah. I think
so
that would
there's
be
a
it.
language, Spanish, Italian.
Yeah. Be more secure with some different languages. 'Cause I love to travel, and once this is done, the plan's Barcelona. I still want to make that happen. So,
Barcelona.
yeah,
I was supposed to go. Got
Yeah.
canceled.
I was ready to book my trip. I literally just had my last. I mean, not to be a fucking douche and talk about work, but I just had my like last deal that I had closed, run, and start. So I'm gonna get paid, and I'm ready to like book the trip, but not gonna.
Yeah,
happen.
everything's on
Rona.
Give it some time.
You know where we should
hate
go?
it.
Yeah,
Said,
so-
nuh-uh.
Well, wait.
We should go to Colombia.
You know,
Colombia?
I wouldn't
Bogota?
hate that. It'd be fun.
Cartagena, the beach over there, dude. Like, wow. Cartagena was
Dude,
another
I heard you get shot and like you can die. Like
No, in Cartagena, that is paradise. That's where Barack Obama's Secret Service got arrested for not paying the hookers. But that's how beautiful they were. That everyone's a hooker.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Excuse my French. But hey, Bibhor.
Hookers are people,
Nolan,
too.
excuse me, Nolan.
Nolan.
If I
If
didn't...
you weren't
okay,
sleeping. Yeah.
So this means that I don't like I still have energy, right? Like I don't require sleep to like keep my energy up.
You just basically think of it as like you're a separate person.
Okay.
You can live two lives at night and in the morning.
I would spend like a solid third to a half of that time, like Lewis said, developing a new skill, learning something. I can't specify. I mean, there's a lot of things like I don't know, learn how to code, learn how to learn a language, just study, read. I think at least a third of it would be dedicated towards third to a half of just gaining more knowledge and just fucking getting ahead of shit, and then doing kind of passion projects like learning instruments or anything. But then I would say working out too. Yeah, just get that out of the way. Like I want to learn how to box. Like I've been looking up some boxing video tutorials, which is ultimately going to amount to absolutely nothing because you need to like get an instructor and you need to like hit either a bag or something. I mean, I can get a bag, but I'm kind of learning the form of boxing. So I would like to learn, probably spend that extra time learning more martial arts because I do jujitsu and that's grappling. So I want to learn how to do striking. I want to learn boxing and kickboxing. So I'd probably do that, like half that and then half something like develop a skill.
Yeah, take some time. I mean, if you really think about it, if you break it down, like it's 2,000 extra hours if you didn't sleep. If you sleep 8 hours a day, that's 40 hours a week. Yeah, easy. No, excuse me. Fucking.
What does that mean? Like
7 days a week.
You just get so good at something.
Eight times 7. That's 56 hours a week.
You just wouldn't get tired. Like, is that what you're saying? You just wouldn't get tired.
In the instance where you
don't need
you can use
sleep.
that to your benefit.
But what does that mean though? Like
you just don't get tired. You do not require
sleep. Your life.
Yeah, you don't get you don't require sleep. Sure, I'm sure.
I like sleeping sometimes, dude. Just want to sit there.
That's not the point.
You don't need it though. You don't need it. You can literally sit down and get the same type of energy back. Let's say.
Yeah, you're like Westworld, where like you're a robot. You don't need that sleep. You're running. So
what would you do with that
8 additional hours a day? Go for it. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I don't know. Work more.
Trash.
Make more money. Make double the money.
Double the money.
Make literally double the money.
What? Honestly, you're gonna work for 8 hours straight. Like you can work out more. Like you can do all of the stuff. Or bulk of that time is gonna go back to production and the economy. Like you're gonna be.
How are you gonna work at night when people are sleeping? You're not gonna work. What are you gonna do?
No, but if everyone's up, the night people have to start doing shit at night. Like there will be a night.
Yeah,
assuming everyone can do this.
Imagine the nightlife.
Everybody doesn't sleep in this scenario.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, if I'm the only one in the world that doesn't sleep, I would be in such an advantage over everyone else.
Yeah. I thought that was the advantage. Maybe not.
Well, I don't know. It's up to each of our interpretation.
It's also kind of like, let's say you want to go do something at night because you don't sleep. That means everything's kind of closed too, like schools and shit. Like you say, you're trying to do all these things.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things are going to be closed.
That's why I would work out at night and like do things that I could do, at night.
At night, yeah.
Yeah, you need to like figure out how to like kind of balance it to where things you can do without needing anyone else, you have to do at night.
Yeah.
And all the things you want to do with people, you do in the morning.
Fair.
Imagine drinking and not falling asleep. Not being able to fall asleep. Sleep off your throat.
You fell asleep many a time drinking with us, huh, Oscar? I remember a couple Red Bull
Oscar passed out on the couch all the
time. I still do that. I mean, if I'm
do
tired,
you think there would be a need for stimulants anymore, like coffee?
Yeah, right.
No, because you don't fall asleep. You're not tired.
Wow, that'd be sad. I love coffee.
Well, you would need it. You would need it for other reasons, though. Like, I mean,
to enhance your work. Like people still take Adderall and do like blow and stuff.
Yeah, something like that. It's like
a little pep in the step. Yeah,
little caffeine pushes you through. Yeah. If I had a little bit more time with my hours, I think same thing with you. I'd try to grow a skill.
www.
That would be side note at least 45 minutes.
You got 8 hours.
The 7:15
What would you do with your extra time, Oscar?
I don't know, man. I feel like there'd be a crazier nightlife. I don't like really talking to people, and I don't really like going out. But if I had that much extra time, I'd probably start liking going out. Maybe
We sound like we're all just fucking hate it. People we're so antisocial. You literally just said, "I don't like to talk to people. I don't like going out." I'm the exact same. I don't know.
Same. As I've gotten older, man, it's just like I don't want to meet a bunch of brand new people and like have like small talk and just like.
Hey, Oscar, what do you do?
Yeah, what do you?
I would love it. I would love if everyone just ignored me for the rest of my life.
It's like you kind of know who your
Is
friends
that
are.
place closed by your house, Nolan?
What?
Which place?
That Asian marketplace?
Mitsuya, I believe
Yeah.
it is. I haven't
Damn.
gone by there, but no, that's so sad. They still, I think you can still do takeout and shit. That's what I've been craving, dude. Japanese food. Fuck. Some places do like sushi to go, but it's not as fresh, you know.
I've gone poke to go. It's not bad. It's getting me by a little bit.
That stuff's good. I've been getting
Poke.
I don't know. It's like so tempting, especially like when I get stoned later in the day. Like I'll have groceries and like I'll bake like chicken or like I'll make stuff, and then like when it's late and I'm just like hungry, it's dark. I'm just like fuck it. Just watching Ancient Aliens. I just want to watch Ancient Aliens and eat fucking Panda Express and just like have no one judge me and just like shit my pants right here.
Is that Ancient Alien? Is that with Morgan Freeman? Or is
no, it's some whack ass shit. Okay, so another reason why we have to have my cousin on the show, because he recommends the best TV shows, and he's never recommended anything. Have you The Expanse? You heard of that?
No.
It's on Amazon Prime. It's like a futuristic type of show. It's pretty cool.
Ancient Aliens? You're about to tell us.
Ancient Aliens is basically what you'd call them. People that study ancient history, and the thing is,
like
what they do
almost.
So essentially talk about like how the Mayans and all these people had all this advanced knowledge of like the stars and all this shit, like in their primitive times, right? And they believed in gods, but the whole like, concept is like, what if ancient aliens came down and visited humans and gave them knowledge to like, I don't know, harvest or like how to see the stars, how to do like astronomy.
Yeah, pyramids.
To their primitive minds, the only way they knew how to explain it was saying they're gods. So they didn't fucking know. It's like that's what helped explain like why the pyramids were built, like how Stonehenge is built. Yeah. And then it also segues even to saying like, you know how how we evolved from apes, but like there's no apes. Yeah, and it's like
there's no middle
like how
person. There's no middle
exactly.
person.
And like the human brain
gone.
Throughout like 250 million years or something, the human brain was like growing in size at a certain pace, but then like all of a sudden around that time it like tripled in size within like a few 100,000 years. It's like unheard of. It doesn't make sense. And one of the theories of that show is that aliens came down and took humans because we're like an experiment to them, like, and they injected us with like DNA that would help us become more intelligent and be able to do what we do today, have technology and become like the superior species. That's kind of what and in some of it, like it's like it's as far-fetched as it seems, because the people they have on the show are just convinced. There's this one Greek dude, his name is like Tsoukalopoulos. His fucking like orange face, his hair's like this big. He's like, it was aliens. He's
that's
like
the meme.
Oh, the guy with
they basically says everything is aliens.
Crazy.
Yeah, but no. But the thing is, while they're explaining all these concepts, you're getting actual history and you're getting some like understanding of. But then at the end, they just say, "Yeah, it was aliens," and you're like,
speaking of aliens, and speaking of things we don't know, COVID. Let's go into our Corona update. Segue. Speaking of unknown,
did aliens do this?
That's going to be the 2021 episode of
it's an unknown. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Maybe aliens did do this. Coincidence? I think not, man.
Well, what's up, Dave? What's happened?
Let's hit our numbers. I have a question for you all before you start talking, but I'm going to give you a quick update as far as our numbers are. We're currently at 1.9 million cases in the world, with 119,000 deaths worldwide as well.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe. We need to hit 100 followers. That way Nolan is able to eat that gummy bear. Apologize for the weird cutoff. We had a little bit of technical difficulty where it kind of cut off in the middle of the actual interview itself, or the round table. So stay tuned for next time's interview, next episode. Love you all. Good night and good luck.